Kraken has begun notifying customers that they're going to start sending user data to the IRS. Now, before you get mad at Kraken, which Kraken's not a platform that I use nor have ever used, nor care about at all, this is part of the government overreach that has come up and that we've talked about with the FinCEN, not law, but the FinCEN request, the FinCEN proposal that came out a week or so ago, saying basically we're going to track every single transaction. You have to report every single transaction in Bitcoin at all. You know, even between yourself, these things could be tracked. Now, I believe it's a shot across the bow. It's scaring people out of what's going to happen. The Bitcoin community, fortunately, is a very loud community. It's probably the most loud social layer that we really have, and out of dang near anything. So this is, you know, just part of the process. But I think it's a very good. It's from this one's from Bitcoin Magazine, this article, and I'll link to it here. But this is a phenomenal reason as to why we have to be cohesive. We have to be unified in against the government overreach. This is absolutely absurd. And the Patriot Act, absurd. The government trying to use many things, and unfortunately people in Congress are saying how absurd it is, telling Elizabeth Warren and people like that how absurd these things are, the FinCEN ruling. But this just goes to show you. So don't ever be fooled by someone saying, oh, the Bank Secrecy Act of '64, the Patriot Act, or the stuff they're trying to do with Bitcoin right now. Yeah, cash is the most laundered product on earth and used for money laundering. And cryptocurrencies and altcoins, we just saw with FTX, used for money laundering through the FTX and a lot of the politicians doing the money laundering. And so where was everyone there? How come they're not worried about what's going on, what's flooding across the borders, what's going on with FTX? But your $600 in Venmo or your Bitcoin transactions from your own hot wallet to your cold storage wallet need to be tracked. Can someone riddle me that? Can someone answer me that? If you were so concerned, United States government, if you were so concerned about financing terrorism and anti-money laundering and things like that, don't you think you'd be a little bit stronger on the border? The actual border? Maybe? No? Maybe? If you actually cared. If you actually cared about the war on drugs, if you actually cared about the gun running, or if you actually cared about money laundering, or making sure your citizens, making sure the IRS data, who's been doing what. Why are you tracking me? Why are you putting the serial numbers on all the firearms? Why are you tracking me? I'm the person that's following the law. You flipping morons. Don't we think we should be tracking the people like the guy in Maine who you knew about and warned people about, but then still go do ridiculous things? But that's not even it. We just incentivize terrible behaviors. It's not even trying to get pre-crime. That's not even the part of this. We incentivize moronic behavior. We incentivize people to have children out of wedlock, which we know factually is a dumber way to do things, and you have less of a chance of succeeding, less of a chance of survival, less of a chance of being successful in life, less of a chance of getting a degree or an education or a good paying job or whatever it is you want to say. Factually, we know that. Why are we incentivizing people to come over the border and have kids here? Ship people across the border. They could be sucked up by the cartel. They could drown in a river. Yet we're incentivizing people to caravan here from all across the world because the government wants voters, because the government wants chaos, because the government wants distractions. This is so maddening. It's such a massive issue, and I'm using this as it's not just about Kraken. Like I said, you don't have to get mad at Kraken. Kraken's trying to do the best they can. They're a company that's operating within the US, and they have to do what they have to do. But this right here should highlight the many hypocritical things going on in government, in the United States, in life, in governments across the world. The higher-ups saying, well, it's for your own safety. Well, it's for your own benefit. Couldn't it be farther from the truth? If they're actually doing those things, if they actually cared about someone's well-being, they would stop funding people killing humans inside of them that we do at the clip of 1 million a year. What are we doing? Don't lecture me about if it saves one life. If those people cared about children, if those people did, I'm just dumbfounded. I'm absolutely dumbfounded. Do as I say, not as I do. And that's how we live. And that's why we have such chaos. That's why we have such, and I'm not going to say that word because that doesn't even make sense. We have such moronic behavior going on because that's what's incentivized. Humans work off incentives, greed and fear. And that's what we continue to incentivize is moronic behavior. Stupid things. You know what's going to create more bad habits? Is giving out needles, giving out fresh needles in San Francisco. That's probably going to create more problems, don't you think? Maybe they want more of that. Did you ever think and ask yourself that? Why do they keep doing these things? It's not because they're compassionate. It's not because they're empathetic. It's because they want more of it. What you incentivize, you get more of. This is literally common sense. You can't tell me that no one in government is smart. I know they aren't the brightest bulbs in the shed, but they're not the dumbest people in the world. They know what's going on. People know what's going on. They're doing things on purpose. That's where you have to start asking yourself, are you doing this maliciously because you're evil, or are you doing this because you're the dumbest person in the world? Neither answer is good. And this is where we have ended up. This is where empires unravel. This is how empires always unravel. We are here now. We are here. We are them. I don't know what to say. Light has to disinfect darkness. Truth must set people free. The farther we get away from the truth, the harder it's going to be. The more people sit down silently, good people, and say nothing, the darker this will get, and the dumber this will get, and the worse society is going to become. Period. It's our choice. It's our choice. Please share this out. This is... The algorithm hates truth. They're not going to share this out. The easiest day is now. The easiest day is now. I appreciate you more than you know. Trust but verify. Question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself. This is not financial advice. It is freedom advice. And again, I thank you for coming to my TED Talk. If I didn't say that earlier, I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one.